Welcome to Soul Food Kitchen's plant-based cooking class. My name is Leah and I'm actually currently pregnant at the moment. What does your breakfast look like every day? Are you someone who doesn't really feel hungry in the morning? A breakfast very common for a lot of us is a coffee and a piece of toast. Or are you someone who likes to enjoy a nice hearty breakfast? Comment below and let us know if you're a breakfast eater or a breakfast skipper. I'm sure you've heard since you were a kid that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But is it really? What does the science say? I'm going to share 3 things that scientific studies have revealed in relation to eating breakfast. I'll leave the links to these studies in the comments below in case you want to check them out for yourself. Now, these 3 things is a mental advantage, a mood booster, an improvement of ADHD, depression, and mental decline. Worldwide research links breakfast with better cognitive performance in children, adults, and elderly, who all appear to gain a better mental edge from a wholesome breakfast. So there was a team of psychologists, neuroscientists, nutritionists, and physiologists who reviewed these scientific studies on breakfast. And they concluded the eating of breakfast is important to learning, memory, and physical well-being in both children and adults. Now notice this, higher carbohydrate intake in the morning promotes calmness for several hours later, while a higher fat breakfast suppresses both alertness and mood. As you can see by these studies that I've referred to, breakfast is super important. And if you're one of those people who doesn't really feel hungry at breakfast time and you usually skip it, don't worry. There's usually reasons why, and also your body is just amazing at adapting. Firstly, you might be a shift worker and your circadian rhythm or your body clock is just completely out of whack. There's really not much you can do about that unless you get another job. But you can make an effort to have a set time for breakfast and make sure it is a really wholesome, healthy meal. But another common reason why people don't really feel like eating breakfast is because they've eaten a huge meal the night before. Now, most people eat their main meal at dinner time. But if you just use common sense, eating a large meal just before bed doesn't really make any logical sense because you don't really need all that energy to go to sleep. The best time to eat your main meal is in the morning to give you energy that you need for the day. Your lightest meal should actually be at nighttime. And if you start to practice this, you'll find that your sleep quality will greatly improve. So if you want better memory, a stable mood, and easy weight control management, start eating breakfast. So what should we be eating though? Because not all breakfasts are created equal. Today, we're going to show you 3 wholesome, healthy, delicious, simple, and quick breakfast ideas that will set you up for a good day. So let's get into the fun part and let's start cooking. Today, me and Amy are going to be using similar ingredients, but they have a different kind of flair and feel to them. And it's really super quick and easy to do because I know most people, they don't really have time in the morning to do breakfast. So this is a great recipe. And what I'm showing you today is actually overnight oats. And I'm going to show you 3 different variations so you can change things up so you don't get bored with what you're eating in the morning. So what you're going to need is you're going to need oats, and you want to get the rolled oats, the traditional oats, not the quick ones. You can use them if you want, but you'll just have a little bit more, it might be a little more soggy because you're going to be soaking these overnight. That's why they're called overnight oats. So what I'm going to show you is how you can actually double or triple this recipe and do it in bulk. So you can actually keep it stored in the fridge for up to 3 to 4 days, and then you don't really have to do anything else. So it's really, really handy, and you can get it out in the morning, and then you can add the different toppings that I'm going to show you for each different day. So I'm going to make this recipe in, I'm going to triple this recipe. So let's just start off. We're going to get our oats. Super easy, there's no cooking involved. So we're just going to get our nice here rolled oats, and I'm going to put 1 cup 1 cup and a half. So this is tripling it. So really, if you're just doing a single serve, it's going to be half a cup of oats, but that's 1.5 cups of oats in there. Then we're going to be adding in a plant-based milk. So I'm using almond milk for this recipe, but you can use coconut milk, you can use soya milk, you can use oat milk, whatever you like. You can use whatever milk you choose, but I recommend using a plant-based milk to keep it nice and nutritious and healthy. So basically with the ratio, you kind of want to do the same ratio as the oats and maybe just a little bit more. So I'm going to do 1.5 cups of almond milk. So there's 1 cup and half. So if you want yours to be a bit more thick, you can just do the same ratio to oats to almond milk, but I'm just going to add a little bit more because I like mine to be a little bit more wet. So now what we're going to do is going to add chia seeds, and chia seeds are what give it this really nice pudding kind of texture. So I have here white chia seeds. You can also get black chia seeds, and these are super nutritious, and these are got omega-3 fats. And if you've watched our previous shows, we've all been focusing on like food for the brain, and so these are really good for the brain. So we're just going to put that in there and stir it up. And so this is going to be your base recipe. So this is the recipe that you're going to use, and then you can put this in the fridge, and then later on you can add different things. So I'm just going to stir this together like so. And I'm going to show you one that I prepared earlier, so you can see the texture of what it looks like after it's been in the fridge for a night or two. I'm also going to add to this, before I put it in the fridge, I'm going to add my maple syrup. So I'm using 3 tablespoons, so it's 1 tablespoon for like 1 serving. And so we're just going to put out maple syrup. 1, 2, 3. And it's nice to have this really big one here to keep in the fridge. Okay, so we've got our maple syrup. And that's basically it. Okay, so it's very simple, but now I'm going to show you how you spice these things up when you actually go to eat it. So this is one that I have had sitting in the fridge for 2 nights now, and I'll show you kind of the thickness of it. It's, yeah, kind of like a pudding. It's soaked everything up. The chia seeds have expanded. They're more like a gel. Yeah, and it's just a really awesome breakfast. So yeah, no cooking. How simple is that? So I'm going to set this aside. So you put this in the fridge. You can keep this up, like I said, to 3 to 4 days in the fridge. So when you come to now the different types of things that you can actually do, I'm going to show you a protein one. I'm going to show you a banana bread one, banana bread flavored one, and I'm also going to show you like a chocolatey carob almond butter one, and it's just absolutely delicious. I actually had it this morning for breakfast. So I have 3 jars here. You don't need to use jars. These are just, you know, for presentation. You actually can just do it in a bowl, and that's probably the most simple, unless you're like on the go and you want to take it to work with you. So what we're going to do for the first one, we're going to make the banana one. And so I've got a banana here. You can see it's nice and ripe. It's got the spots on it. And that's what you want when you're making something with banana, is to make sure it's nice and ripe. So I'm actually going to just take half of the banana and put it in this bowl first, and I'm going to mash it up. So where did my fork go? It's in here. So I'm just going to mash this up. And this is going to be our banana bread one. And so I don't know if you like banana bread, but I surely do. So once you mash that up, you're going to get your oats out of the fridge, and you're just going to put in your jar or your bowl about a cup, because once you start expanding it, it actually makes it into about a cup or so. So you just want to put in as much as you feel like you want to eat, but I think, yeah, that will be enough for that. And then we're just going to put our mashed banana in there with it. like so. Okay, and then we're just going to mix that around. Okay, now what do you usually put in banana bread? Well, we've got here our vanilla extract. So I'm going to put just a teaspoon, sorry, I've got my teaspoon over here. I'm going to put half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So let me just get that going there. We've also got cinnamon that we're going to put in there to make it like banana bread. And that's also going to be half a teaspoon. Probably should have put the cinnamon first because of the liquid that I've just put in there. And then we're going to stir that around. And then to top it off, we're going to put in some walnuts. Oh, it smells so good already. The cinnamon makes it just so delicious. And then I'm going to cut up the banana that's left and put it on the top. So yeah, I've got to get these bits away. And I'm just going to get a knife. Hold on a second, let me just go get a knife. All right, so now we're just going to chop our banana up and put it on top. This is a super easy, wholesome breakfast, and this is it's like eating dessert for breakfast. And most of these that I show you is like that. So now we have our banana bread overnight oats. And so you can just put a lid on that, and if you want to take it to work, you can do that, or yeah, you eat it like this. So that's one. I'm going to leave that there for you to continue to see. And now we're going to go into our Carob chocolatey almond butter one, and it's so delicious. So I'm just going to get those away. I'm going to put this banana over here. Okay, so we've got our next jar, and we're going to put in our mixture. So you get it out of the fridge in the morning, put it in a jar or in a bowl. I'm probably going to need some of my other mixture, which is starting to already thicken up. And we're just going to pop it in there. Then we're going to get our carob powder. So if you haven't seen carob powder before, it's not cacao, it's not chocolate, but it's got a similar taste. And it's actually a little bit sweet. Yeah, it's really delicious. So I'm just going to put the carob powder in there. And we're also going to put 1 tablespoon of almond butter. So put the almond butter in there. It's very decadent and delicious. Okay, now I'm going to get my fork over here, and I'm just going to stir this and make it all nice and mixed in. So it kind of looks like a chocolatey mixture. Now when you put the carob powder in there, you might want to add just a little bit more milk because it can get quite dry, but I think this is working. So let me just use this spatula. And with the carob one, we're just going to add some flaxseed as well. Now flaxseed is an amazing omega-3 fat as well, so we're just going to add some in on top. I might not use all of this, but yeah, you can use like maybe a tablespoon if you like. And now I'm just going, I think I am going to add a little bit more almond milk just because I've added the flaxseed to that and stir that through. And then we're just going to top it with some yogurt and some strawberries. So don't worry, we'll be giving you all the recipes so you don't have to write it all down. But you can see it looks like a really yummy chocolatey mixture. So now I'm just going to put a dollop of coconut yogurt. So here I have this coconut yogurt. You can use whatever brand you choose. I've got my measuring tablespoon. I'm just going to get a dollop put it on top. Like so. And then, got lovely berries here. I'm just going to grab some strawberries and put them on top like that. Here we have beautiful chocolate Carob almond butter with berries and yogurt. Delicious. So there's that. Okay, now the last one is like a protein one. So for this one, obviously you're going to have another jar. You're going to put in your mixture. And then if you have protein powder, I've got vanilla protein powder here. You're just going to, this is 1 scoop, so I'm just going to put half of this in here. So if you like, going to the gym, you come back and you want to have some more protein in it, I'm going to add a tiny bit more milk just because the protein powder dries things up. So as you can see, measurements really don't matter with this kind of recipe. You're just kind of going to get the texture right. So I'm just going to stir this through with protein powder. So that one was easy to put through. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these beautiful berries in here. So I've got some raspberries, and you can do whatever you like. I'm just showing you different varieties of things. So we've got some blueberries, some strawberries, some more raspberries. You can put banana in it. And then I'm just going to use to sprinkle with some hemp seeds as well. And then also I've got some pepita seeds. So we can just sprinkle them on top. And if you're really feeling like you want a treat, I've got some peanut butter here that we can drizzle on the top. So I'm just going to get my fork and place the peanut butter. And then that will, when you mix that through, that will just be absolutely delicious. So here we have another one. So that's our protein one. So look, there's many, many, many different variations that you can do with this recipe. Like the sky's the limit. So if you wanted to add in different fruits, kiwi fruit, pineapple, it's really up to you. So I hope that you can try this out. So the basic recipe I showed you, and then you can just build on that into what you like. And see, like, let us know if you try these out. If you like the banana bread one, if you like the chocolate one, the protein one. And Amy's going to show you a really, really delicious one, which I know you guys are all going to love. So I'll hand it over to her now, and we'll see you next time.
If this is your first time joining us, hi, I'm Amy. The breakfast recipe I'll be showing you is a tropical chia oat pudding. It's a combination of your overnight oats and your classic chia pudding. You really can't get more simple than this recipe. So my husband and I usually make a big bowl full the night before and serve it for breakfast the next morning. So that's what I'll be showing you today, but you can also do a smaller version too to take with you on the go. What you will need is soy milk, a tin of coconut cream, a tin of crushed pineapple, vanilla essence, chia seeds, oats, maple syrup, and mango. So firstly, to the bowl, we will be adding 2 cups of soy milk. Now I like to use organic soy milk. Then we will add 1 tin of coconut cream. One tin of crushed pineapple. You can use frozen or fresh, but I'm using a tin today. 1 tablespoon of vanilla essence. Half a cup of chia seeds, which is high in fibre, and it has minerals and omega-3 fatty acids. Half a cup of oats. Now, oats are a good source of carbs, fibre, protein, has lots of minerals like iron, zinc and magnesium, just to name a few. Then we will drizzle some maple syrup, which is optional. And in the morning, I usually just add the mango to it. Now, you can use this as breakfast, a dessert. You can put it in a jar to go with you, snack. It's endless. Give it a go, be creative and enjoy.
Hi, my name is Liz and tonight I'll be showing you how to make a fruitful rice pudding. Brown rice is the highest in B complex vitamins out of all the grains. It is a staple crop for over half of the world's population. It has a balance of nutrients that make it a superior food. It is a rich source also of dietary fibre. So let's get into making our fruitful rice pudding. It's a very simple, easy recipe that the whole family will enjoy. To start off with, we have 2 cups of brown rice. So we just put that into a bowl. Just push that down there. Also here we have some beautiful pineapple. Pineapple is high in vitamin C and it's also known for its anti-inflammatory properties, and the taste of pineapple is so fresh and delicious. So we just add that into that. So that's 1 cup of pineapple. Now the next thing we're going to add, so the first 3 ingredients we add to this bowl is rice, the pineapple and a 1/4 cup of raisins or sultanas. You might want to put cranberries in, anything you like there. Just give that a mix around. The pineapple juice from the crushed pineapple, I just get the tins of pineapple from the local supermarket, and the juice that's in there just makes it lovely. It goes through the rice and the raisins. So just give that a mix around. How simple is that? Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to add the rest of our ingredients into our blender or our food processor. Okay, so in our food processor, we're going to add 1/2 cup of clean raw cashews. Going to add 3/4 cup of hot water. We've got 3 tablespoons of fresh orange juice, a teaspoon of vanilla. I like to add almond essence, but you don't have to, but it's an option, but I love the flavour of this, so I add 1/2 teaspoon, but it is optional. And then the last but not least, I add a banana, a nice ripe one. It's nice to have a ripe banana for this. And when you blend this, make sure you blend it so it's really smooth. You want it to have you want it to be nice and smooth and creamy. Okay, I think that should be right. Yes, look, lovely, lovely and creamy. That's what we want, nice and creamy. So we're just going to add our cashews and orange juice, water, vanilla and almond essence, and we just stir that through. This is a lovely breakfast, but you can also use this as a dessert as well. And it's quick, it's easy. Now what we do now, after we've put that in our casserole dish, we will bake it in a moderate oven, about 180 degrees, for 45 minutes. And then when you come back after 45 minutes, I'm going to come back in 45 minutes and show you what it'll look like. Okay, after 45 minutes in the oven, we have our fruitful rice pudding, and I've added some peaches and banana to it. So you've got a lovely combination of grains and fruits. Couple of tips. Eat your breakfast like a king, lunch like a queen, and dinner like a pauper. Thanks for joining us tonight. I've had fun cooking with you, and I look forward to seeing you in a month's time.
Thank you for joining us tonight at Soul Food Kitchen for these breakfast recipes. We hope that you can put these into practice in the coming week and that you enjoy them. Now, to get these recipes emailed to you, we'll need your email address. So please put it in the comments section of this video, whether it's on our YouTube channel or our Facebook page, or you can directly message us on our Facebook page, Blue Haven Seventh-day Adventist Community Church Facebook page, and I'll get the recipes straight to you. Now, next month, we have some exciting things happening. We've got a free book offer to give away to those who attend our next cooking class. So if you want to be in a chance to get it, please make sure you tune in next month in November to what we're going to be doing then. And just to give you a little sneak peek of what we're doing, it's all going to be about kids' recipes and how to introduce healthy food into your kids' diet. So if you're struggling to do that, come next month, and you'll be able to learn some tips and tricks on how to do that. So we look forward to seeing you then.